Bro, if right now you have no women in your life at all, I can promise you it is not your approach anxiety, it is not your openers, and I can guarantee you it is not your text game. What you're lacking right now is aura. And so in this video, I am going to be teaching you how to maximize your aura. Aura is the vibe that you carry. It's a strong, powerful confidence that you move through the world with, that other people can sense, and therefore they are attracted to your powerful aura. Now, a lot of you guys have been psyoped into thinking that watching Netflix and movies and all these things, they're a waste of time, but they're actually not. You're gonna learn more about life from fiction than you ever are from nonfiction. And when you start actually hanging out with baddies and popular girls, what you'll understand is that you need to be plugged into pop culture in order to have maximum aura. You guys need to be watching shows like The Bachelor, you need to be watching Love is Blind, you need to be on TikTok. Now, I know this is a controversial take, and if you don't want to be hanging out with baddies that are popular and have a lot of cool friends and you don't want to be plugged in, that's fine, settle for mid chicks. But if you want to have maximum aura, you need to start showing that you are a part of the world. Women want to be with men who are a part of the world, not you in your little isolated fish tank where you're watching self-development videos and you're in my pickup group. Now, easily the most important component of maximizing your aura is standing with a good posture and walking with a very open body language. A lot of you guys who have no aura, it's because you're introverted, it's because you're shy, it's because you don't feel like the main character. So you guys walk with closed off body language, you've got your chest facing down at the ground, you're looking down at the ground. Bro, you've got to walk around with that chest out, you got to have that chin up, you got to be smiling, you got to be making eye contact with people. You want to imagine that you got lasers coming out of your eyes and everybody and everything is affected by you. Good posture, light eyes, light smile, main character energy. Now, if you really want to have serious aura, you've got to talk to a lot of people. A lot of you guys live in your little bubble and you're not rizzing chicks on the regular. Now, you have to understand that the world around you is a mirror. And so you stay in your bubble, you stay introverted, you don't really have anybody to bounce off of to even find out who you are. You have to be going out, rizzing mad chicks, taking brutal rejections, getting laid, making out with chicks, going into a group of 5 baddies and being that dude at the bar who said, yes, I see these 5 baddies. Yes, I see everybody else who's insanely intimidated to go talk to them, but I'm the main character here. I'm Neo in the Matrix. These are all just algorithmic codes and I'm going to break through and be the one that runs straight into that group of baddies. You gotta become that guy. You gotta rizz a ton of chicks. You gotta do day game. You gotta be going on dates. You gotta push, push, push. The dudes that have the most aura, they talk about themselves like they are the most important thing on planet Earth. You've been conned into thinking that arrogance and being narcissistic are gonna be unattractive and people are gonna hate you. But the truth is you got psyoped into thinking that because Hollywood is written by nerds. Everyone around you is a dork, a loser, or a nerd. And the truth is that wild amounts of narcissism, arrogance, over-the-top confidence, these are the most attractive traits you can have as a man. I'll be on the phone with some guy telling him, bro, you need to be elaborating on your life story more, going into more details about yourself and who you are. And he'll go, well, I don't want to come off as maybe sounding arrogant. And I'm like, yeah, because how you come off now is just amazing. Now, to have aura, you also got to have stories. A lot of you guys, especially when you're younger, you're so into self-development, but on the same hand, you're doom scrolling on TikTok, you don't go out, you don't really do anything with your life, you don't have crazy stories. You think you can't afford to go have crazy stories, but you can. You need to book the cheapest flight humanly possible to the craziest city humanly possible, and you need to go rizz 1,000 women while you're there. Run around, stay in cheap hostels, cheap Airbnbs. You gotta have stories, bro. I'm in New York right now. Last night, I'm running around Manhattan until 5 in the morning, went on multiple dates with chicks. I'm hitting this one up after the first one. I'm like, yo, let me come to your apartment. She's like, okay, come over. I'm there. I'm like, let me smash. She's like, okay, smash. You've gotta be having crazy stories. You gotta have a story where you running through Bangkok, you got robbed, you got held captive, You guys have very boring lives, and when you have a boring life, you cannot have aura. Stop just going to your boring ass job, living a boring life afterwards. You need to start prioritizing having insane experiences and taking risks. Now, my final tip for maximizing aura is you have to be a strong leader, and you can never look like a doofus, never look like a plebeian, never look like an underling. You must come off as high-born. I was out with a chick recently, absolute stunner of a chick, and we get to this very popular bar in Austin, Texas. I see there's an insane line. She goes, "Oh my God, there's a line." I said, "No, there's not a line." I said, "Give me your ID." She gives me her ID. I have my ID. I go up to the very front of the line. I wrap a $20 bill around the two IDs, and I go, "Hey bro, can you take a look at these real quick?" He goes, "Oh yeah, no problem." He takes the 20, he lets us right in. She says, "Oh my God, I can't believe that you just did that." She brought it up 5 times, how impressed she was that I did that. I'm not a pleb, I'm not a peasant, neither are you if you want to have maximum aura.